Might help if I unmute myself again. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We are here again. I don't know what happens with each one of these weeks. There must be something in the water I'm drinking, or I don't really know what's going on. But next thing you know, it's Wednesday already. I just losing track of time. All right, let's see who we got here in chat. Got Christopher Stroll. How's it going? Mike C. Roll Thunder. How's it going, sir? White Ravens in here. And there we go. And dude, that's so exciting, man. Be able to get a van. Wanzo, welcome in. Yeah, dude, just to be able to get a van, like that's just like a big, huge thing, man. That's awesome. Congrats on that. So yeah, today's gonna be kind of a fun little stream. I was in Seattle over last weekend for a get together. Well, it was a special announcement, air quotes, that my friend sent an invitation out for. Had no idea what it was for. I'm just like, okay, what is this going to be for? And it turned out that they got married. So it was just kind of a celebration with friends and stuff to get together to do the special announcement, and it was a good time. And as you can see by today's episode, it's about hotel accessibility booking challenges. As a Hoyer user, try to set up 10 times fast. And the reason why the article or the name of the video is for that is because, let's just say, on this trip to Seattle, I ran into some hotel accessibility booking challenges. And it was just kind of, yeah, it was just one of those things where what the hotel website says and what the hotel room actually was not the same. Kind of like, I would necessarily say misleading, but I would say definitely, I don't know, just not a very happy camp around. Now, this is not going to turn into a rant. This is going to turn into a positive thing to talk about with everyone, to kind of talk about like what would be maybe some positive outcomes that hotels could do to try to make this, I don't know, be better and like be able to accommodate people who use Hoyer. Because I know not everyone that, you know, say the hotels uses a Hoyer and it's going to need one, but for those of us that do, there needs to be some changes. And I'm going to dive into all of that. So first, let's just see how's everyone's week going. Looks like Rolling Thunder's able to get the van going on, which is totally awesome. Let's see. It looks like you're able to stay afford monthly payments and make payments independently and still stay within budget. Dude, that is awesome, dude. Especially being able to stay like within budget and all that. That's amazing. So I think what we're gonna do is just gonna kind of jump right into the hotel thing. Unless everybody's got anything awesome, any other thing else going on awesome this week that that you guys are up to, or how's everyone's weather? Am I dealing with snow yet? We're still doing with like 30s at night and 50 and sunny here during the day, so it's been actually kind of nice. I'm not having to deal with any type of bad weather yet. I know it's coming though. I know the rain and the cold dampness will be here soon. Let's see. And I appreciate all of you that have voted on YouTube on the community post for the have you had issues with the hotel room accessibility, and there was a total of 5 votes on that post with 100% going to yes, which I'm sure if any of us have traveled chair user of any sort, you're going to run into accessibility issues, or even a non-chair user for that matter. There's always accessibility issues if you need, you know, certain things in your room. So that's seems to be a common theme, and I'm hoping that this is going to be one of those real popular videos, just kind of like the one about safety was. That video seemed to be one of the most popular videos on my stream. Was the one that we talked about doing emergency safety. So I'm hoping that hotel, you know, accessibility is going to be right on up there. Mike C said you're starting to install power doors, so I can just push a button. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm assuming you're talking about at your apartment. I guess is what you're talking about. That's really sweet that they're doing that for you, sir. When I was on vacation in California, I stayed at the Days Inn and they had a wheelchair accessible room on the 2nd floor with no elevator. Wait, what? Wheelchair accessible? Oh man, that's pretty bad. That's just. I'm sure the beginning of many stories we'll hear about in chat that people have experienced in hotel rooms and gotcha. Mike C saying, yeah, his apartment door getting a new ADA. Dude, that's awesome, dude. They're installing that for you, dude. That's great. That'll make it so much easier for you to get in and out, and not have to worry about, destroying your feet or foot plates or anything else trying to get in and out of the door, or your arms and shoulders for that matter. So I wasn't going to mention hotel names. I'm not going to mention the exact location of this hotel, but I will mention the company because it should have been a little bit of a red flag to me. I guess let me back up. This particular hotel company, I have stayed with them before and I've had great luck, good success, never been a problem. So I don't know what's happened since last time I traveled and stayed at this brand, but obviously they've gone a little bit downhill, and have kind of thrown accessibility to the wayside. And I'm talking for people with hearing disabilities, any type of disability at all. Their website is the most. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and just throw the brand out there because who cares, right? Throw a brand out there because eventually I plan on probably sending them this video or clips of this video to talk about what is this going on. So it's Marriott. Like I said, I love the brand. I've stayed at plenty of Marriotts. I've had really awesome experiences. This one was not so much, and it all started with their website. So what we're gonna do is jump over here to my desktop. I'm gonna show you what it's like searching for one company when you're looking for a Hilton, and what it's like as far as finding an accessible hotel room and how easy it is, and then trying to find either a hearing accessible or any other type of accessible hotel room on Marriott.com is almost impossible. Like, they have made it so difficult for anybody with any type of disability that would need that to find those accommodations. It's disgusting. There's no reason for their website to be this horrible. So I'm going to calm down. I'm going to jump in and show you a positive experience first. Then we'll show you the negative Marriott experience, website trying to book a hotel room. And then talk about what actually... I'm laughing at Wanzo's comment. I'll repeat it in a second. See, Wanzo, you just totally broke up my train of thought on that. Oh, man. That's a classic story. We don't usually have people like you come here. Yeah, that was the ableist vinyl wrapping place that said that. That's priceless. All right, so let's get into a positive hotel experience. All right, here we go. Yeah, I totally should have, Wanzo. You're right. Wanzo's saying I should have offered to help them with their website. Yeah, I agree with you. But like, let me talk to you about your website. Okay. All right. So let's just oh, sorry, my on-screen keyboard's kind of in the way, and my face is probably blocking some things. Let me see if I can move my my face. There we go. I'll put my face over here. Live chat's going to be kind of chilling there on top because I want people able to, keep track of live chat. So, all right. So let's just say, for example, I'm going to Seattle 25th, 26th November. So this is just a sample. All right. So we are at Hilton.com trying to book a hotel for those dates. All right. This one looks good. Let's view the rates here. So it's going to open up, right? Now, at this hotel, look at how easy it is to find accessible rooms, or at least the sort and the variety of available accessible rooms. All you gotta do on Hilton, watch, check, bam, done. Now, in this listing is now hotel rooms that specify that they have accessibility and what it comes with. So, for example, this is a king mobility access, and what they mean by mobility access is there's room for a wheelchair to get around all areas of the bed. It's like, required that they gotta have so much space. So that's what I mean by mobility accessible. And it has with a tub. So some people require a tub due to their accessibility needs. And so that's what that one is. All right, we scroll down here a little bit more. Here's the 2 doubles. Accessible RI shower, because they can never fit roll-in shower, because I don't understand why they can't do that. But anyways, so roll-in shower for 2 doubles right there. Here's another one with roll-in shower. Now I'm a little bit, and we'll come back to this. I kind of a little bit mad I don't see a single king bed with a roll-in shower anywhere, which kind of sucks. Looks like you go up in price just to get a roll-in shower, which I think is kind of a little bit ridiculous, but that's another fish to fry, a different day. But look at how easy that was. I mean, I was able to find a roll-in shower double. Like, now obviously this hotel room would not work for somebody in a Hoyer, because most of us that use a Hoyer have to be able to get underneath the bed. And if you look at pretty much any hotel's photos in the last 3 years, they've all decided to add boxes underneath the bed to keep it so shoes, clothes, and stuff don't get lost underneath there, which is great, but then doesn't do you any good at all for a Hoyer use at all. So there's still a problem with the Hoyer, but the overall room, description, finding an accessible room wasn't too bad, right? Okay, now let's go over to their competitor, Marriott. Okay, so doing the same dates again, 2 adults, blah, blah, blah. So let's view rates let's do West Seattle right here, okay? Click view rates. It's going to open up into a new window. Just kind of like what the other one did, right? Looks like it wants me to change dates again, which is fine. We'll just kind of fib our dates here real quick. There we go. Now you can see after you enter the dates, there's no option at all for, there's no checkbox anywhere here at all. So I want you to look at something, what it says here. To book an accessible room, select a room type first. Wait, so let me get this straight. I actually have to click on every single one of these rooms and read the fine print to see if it's accessible or not. So for example, like if this was like this one, prepaid, non-refundable, okay? I hit select. So this is a cozy guest room, 1 king, limited view, low floor, right? Then you have to click room accessibility and bed type. And see, this one doesn't have any for this particular room. So then you have to go back. And you got to click on a different room. And you got to go all the way down the list of their hotel rooms until you find one. All right, well, this one is called the Spectacular. Sure, let's check the Spectacular. So you got to click on it. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm just trying to find an accessible room, right? So there we go. Ah, finally, we found one. Mobility access with roll-in shower here in accessible room. So then you have to check that, and then basically, there you go. You put in all your rest of your stuff, pay for it, you're done. So that's not where my total 100% pet peeve came from. Let me switch to something else here real quick and show you guys. Okay, there we go. Back to the old desktop real quick. Absolutely, and the responsibility should be on you to go and check, okay? Here's the hotel that I actually stayed at, okay? Deluxe guest room, 1 king, sofa, bed. Sure, it says images may not fully represent the room features you booked, but it does specifically say 1 king bed and sofa, right? No big deal. Now, this room, because that's one I booked, also offers a roll-in shower. So I'm like, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. It's got the roll-in shower. It's got a couch that'll pull up to a bed so my Hoyer can go underneath it. So that's not a problem at all. So get in there, get to the hotel room, right? We go upstairs, check it out. It's the first thing I do to check out a hotel. The couch is not a pull-out couch. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just a mistake. Maybe they put me in the wrong room. We go back downstairs, talk to the front desk, and they're like, oh, sorry. The room with the roll-in shower is the only room in that particular, whatever it's called, what's it called, the king, the deluxe guest room, king, sofa bed. That's the only room that actually doesn't have a sofa bed. I'm like, well, it's clearly advertising as a sofa bed, and the only reason why I booked at this hotel specifically was it said sofa bed. So I'm like, perfect. I can get my Hoyer underneath there. Kicker won't struggle, And if somebody uses a Hoyer, that's like a couch. Pull-out couch is amazing that they have that option. So, best they could do is get a cot for me, which, for somebody with my severity of disability, a cot is not a good option. And when I went to talk to the front desk in the morning, I was just like, oh, here, we'll give you 10,000 Marriott points. See you later. And maybe we'll talk to corporate. I'm like, wait, what is that? Like, that doesn't solve anything. And I have 2 points that I want chat to kind of help me figure out what we can do to solve. And I don't want to come across as ranty. Like I said, I want to come up with actual options we can do. So, one, what can we do for hotels to try to push through something to make it so they could remove the boxes on maybe 1 or 2 of the rooms So a Hoyer could go underneath it for somebody that needs it in those particular like, roll and shower accessible rooms. And then two, what can we do to make sure that going forward that hotels say that this is our room, this is what's available in this room, is actually what you're getting in that room. Like I don't really know how to fix that second one, but I really think we can all put our heads together and maybe come up with ideas of how to do the bed situation. And I'll tell you a few of my ideas. One, they could make some sort of like they could even get cinder blocks or pieces of wood made. Then they can put on all four corners of the bed in the accessible room if a guest requires it. You know, make it so they can remove that box from underneath, put something on four corners, the bed's still supported, everyone's happy. Or maybe as users, and I've done this before, maybe we go and buy cinder blocks in our hotel room and we put it underneath the bed and lift up the bed and we leave them there when we leave. And like, well, you didn't make the bed accessible, so I made it accessible. I mean, that's not the right thing to do, but it just like, man, what do you do with the whole thing? You can't get a Hoyer underneath the bed. Because honestly, every single hotel, and I ran into this when I went to California with the Power Soccer Group, it's every single hotel I booked and I called and I looked at, a Hoyer would not go underneath the bed. And it turned out that one of the rooms that they upgraded us to, the Hoyer did go underneath the bed, but nobody at the front desk seemed to know that that was the case. So I think as far as Hoyers and beds go, I think education at the hotel level, like upper management, would go a long way because they would understand that, oh, hey, there's people that maybe are booking a roll and shower room that need to get their Hoyer underneath there. Or you actually have an accessible couch. If they can't remove the box underneath the bed, have a pull-out couch and then problem solved. The person at the Hoyer can go right underneath the couch in the bed, done. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's my little whole thing with Marriott being extremely horrible to try to find accessibility on their website, first of all. And then to basically say that the room came with a sofa bed on their website and then not, and then saying like, here's your 10,000 points, we'll maybe talk to corporate. And I don't use Marriott on a regular basis, so it's not like I'm like collecting points to do anything with them. So it's just kind of more of a, I don't know. To me, it wasn't really sincere. So let me catch up on chat. That was a long rant. All right, let's see. So I told the manager I was going on about how I thought I was really stupid that the second floor had an accessible room but no elevator. And they told me there's another hotel across the way. Yeah, see, that's not good at all. Mike C said he had a hotel room and my wheelchair wouldn't fit in the bathroom door, and had to use it. Dude, that's insane. I think something as common as a bathroom door be accessible. Mike C, was that quite a while ago? You should have offered about the website. I'll be taking notes for your future soccer trips. Yeah, and Wanzo, that's true. I mean, we should all be taking trips. I mean, I can't tell you guys how many times I've called the hotel manager and like, hey, could you actually physically go in there, take a photo of underneath the bed with your phone and send it to me? And I made them put me on hold, and I waited 10-15 minutes for them to come back to make sure it is actually accessible, because it's just like, man, it's just like, come on, like, it shouldn't be this hard. But I get it. You know, as a disabled person, we have to go through and put in the effort to make sure that the world routes is accessible. We got to put in an extra effort. I get it. But it's just, I mean, at least the one thing out of Marriott can do is at least make their website very easily to find accessible hotel rooms. Because right now, if you're a disabled person, you're not going to be using Marriott because it's so hard to find an accessible room on Marriott. Like, why are you going to waste your time doing that? That's one thing they can definitely fix. We can all agree with that. That was a pretty horrible experience. I was in a hotel room once and the grab bar to get into the shower fell off. I went down and complained to the manager who was on his phone and just ignored me, so I went up to my room and grabbed the grab bar, went downstairs and put it on the front desk and left. Oh my god. Oh, that's a great story. It's horrible though, dude. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Oh man, that is horrible. Sounds like you need to contact a disability rights attorney. I mean, maybe so. I mean, there wasn't really disability rights that were really broken, though. Unfortunately, there's no... One thing I learned about while getting ready and preparing myself for this video is that there is no ADA law or anything that that hotels have to follow. So there's no ADA law that requires hotels to do any type of special things for beds. So the Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act suggests a bed height of 17 to 19 inches in accessible jail and prison cells, sorry, but that recommendation does not apply to hotels. So hotels, basically what their requirement as a hotel is they have to make sure a wheelchair user can get around all sides of the bed, have enough room to turn around, and then they also have to, I believe there might be a newer version of the law that says they gotta have a bed at a certain height for somebody to be able to transfer to, but then that's it. There's no other requirements at all. I mean, obviously there's like roll and shower, grab bars, all that's a requirement, but I'm talking about as far as the bed itself goes, that's it. And there's no requirement at all for anybody that uses a Hoyer. And it's just, man, it's annoying. Like, it should not be this difficult. And you know, I've had good experiences with hotels that have had beds with it being underneath and a Hoyer could go underneath and fine. But it just seems like over the last, I don't know, it's been at least 3 years since I've traveled due to the situation that they all have boxes underneath their beds now, and that was not the case before. I think the bigger source of issues is they just follow ADA guidelines and never consult actual disabled people when designing rooms. Absolutely, I agree. But I can tell you there are hotels out there that do consult with disabled people and do, I guess, I don't know. I guess maybe since they do the right thing. I don't know if the right way to say this, but so for example, I know of 6 hotels in Las Vegas that any of us can travel to that all have built-in ceiling Hoyers. And we're not just talking ceiling Hoyers to go from like a bed to off the bed. I mean, we're talking full track ceiling Hoyers to go from a bathtub to the toilet to the shower to the bed, like fully accessible in ceiling Hoyers. Now I know that's the opposite extreme of even getting a Hoyer underneath a bed that, you know, without a box, but you know, if there's places like Vegas that are able to create completely accessible environments as a hotel, then why can't Hilton's and Marriott's and all the other hotels out there, why can't they have something simple to like allow a reasonable accommodation to remove the box from the bed to allow somebody to put their Hoyer underneath there, even if they can even get to that point. Like, I'm not asking for an unreasonable expense for them to go on. I mean, literally, what's 4, postings going to cost them to lift up the 4 quarters of a bed made with wood? Especially at the particular hotel I was at. I mean, it's literally each part of the bed was solid wood. They could have easily, done that probably for $40, $50. But instead, it's like, well, I'm sorry, there's no couch for you to use, and nothing we can do about it. Because they didn't have any other rooms at all that had a roll-in shower and a pull-out couch. Which is, like I said, the only reason why I even booked that hotel was for the couch. But regardless, something needs to happen with the whole entire totally got to get something to make it so they can go for underneath the bed. Like, that's just something this has got to happen to make things a little bit easier. Welcome in, totally normal. Glad you're here, sir. It's all good. I don't know, even with reminders, right? Let's see. Wanzo said about the attorney. I read that one already. Just take a saw and cut their bed box. Honestly, that would be a temptation, but I think they get themselves in more legal trouble. Last summer here in Portland. Oh man, Mike, see, that's crazy. That was that soon, dude. And I agree with you, Chris, on that, on what you said there too. But I mean, so does anyone in chat here? We'll start with it. Anyone in chat use a Hoyer to get into and out of their chair, and would need to be able to get underneath the bed in a hotel room? Give me a 1 in chat. Make it easy for everyone to type. I'm sure it can't be the only one that's had issues with a Hoyer going underneath the bed. Exactly, White Raven. They could make it so it could be simply, all they have to do is make it one side removable, just so a Hoyer could go underneath it. I think that's a very reasonable accommodation to ask for at a hotel room. And maybe the ADA guidelines need to be updated to fix or go towards, adding notes in there for one, a very specific bed height that would work well for all people of all sorts of different disabilities for them to transfer out of their chair. But then also, there needs to be something about beds so we can get underneath the beds. I stayed at a hotel in Florida that had a roll-in shower with a 2-inch step And let me guess, Chris, they labeled it online as a roll-in shower, but they forgot to mention the 2-inch step. It doesn't change the look or anything. We're just some magnets. Exactly. Like they could do it so like secretly that nobody would even know that those sides come off. So they don't have to worry about people like leaving crap underneath the bed. And I totally support and understand why hotels put the boxes underneath the bed so people don't lose their crap in hotel rooms. I get it. Like I'm totally on board with that. They can go ahead and keep those for all I care. All I just want is this one removable side on their hotel room beds and any of the hotel brands so we can actually get underneath it with a Hoyer. That's all I'm asking. I think it's a very, I don't know, a very simple request. And something that I think is not considered unreasonable where, because anything I think that sometimes people kind of claim unreasonable is normally it'd be a too much of a cost to them or they couldn't afford it. But if we're talking about 4 wood posts to put on the 4 corners of a bed, it's something that they could easily do. Totally normal. We were talking about the hotel booking experience in between Hilton and how bad it is on Marriott trying to find an accessible room, and then my experience with the accessible room being not having a couch, even though it specifically said it came with a couch for a Hoyer use. And they gave me some points, and they said they'll contact corporate to let them know, which we both know that's not going to change anything. But maybe it will. Who knows? Like I said, I'm gonna maybe take some clips of this video, send it to Marriott directly, and be like, "Hey, listen, like there needs to be some changes here on your website, especially their website. Like that's just ridiculous. I shouldn't have to click through every single room that the hotel has to find out." That whole accommodation thing when they say undue financial burden gets, yeah, I agree. It gets used way overly, like overly used for sure. They got to regulate the companies that supply the hotels with furniture. At that point, they might not even know that they're getting beds with these features. That's a really good idea. Why, Raven? I didn't even think about that. That's great. Yeah, I mean, if we could like figure out a way to regulate the companies that are actually providing the hotel room furniture, that'd be huge. Like I said, there's I totally am on board with the hotels having them, the boxes. They just need to make it so one side comes off. That's it. Yeah, just craziness on the last trip. Craziness. Oh, and then I got 2 hours of sleep that night, anyways, with the whole cot situation because my mattress I was sleeping on decided to deflate itself, and that was fun. So let's just say I got 2 hours of sleep that night on top of it. So that was good stuff. You can come back for free, but we still won't be able to help you. Yeah, here's your 10,000 points, sir. And by the way, we can't help you next time because we're not changing anything that we do at our hotel. Sorry. I know that's not the words that were said, but it's like it's basically kind of the way it felt. That's for sure. But yeah, so that's just I just wanted to kind of talk about the challenges of trying to find uh, a hotel room that's going to work. Like I said, I literally have to call the hotel manager and say, "Hey, send me photos of underneath the bed so I can find out where it will even work." Or I have to find specifically a hotel room with pull-out couches, which is great, but not always guaranteed. And I think the same situation happened in California, did not, Wanzo? Totally normal. Either one of you remember? I think there was something. Where's Franklin when we need him in chat? Franklin, are you on chat? I can't remember if it was if there's a couch issue and that's why I had to switch rooms with Franklin in California. But I believe the same situation happened when I specifically booked the room with a pull-out couch. Um, it was not actually a pull-out couch. So it's happened more than once, but like I said, just super frustrating that Marriott's physical listing says that at a couch, and then yeah, it actually doesn't. So like I said, I'll be contacting Marriott, letting them know, and just let them know that hey, just asking for some simple changes. One, make your website not so hideous for rolling to find any type of accessibility for anybody, and two, let's talk about a way that we can make those bed boxes underneath the beds come off on one side. That doesn't cost an on burden do cost to you guys, but also makes it so they can be accessible for those that need it. I think Franklin for a portable bed, but that room is super small. Yeah, maybe that's why we switched rooms. I don't know. I don't remember exactly all what happened, but it got all situated over there in California when Totally Normal and Wanzo and I were there. But yeah, let's we'll take a break from the hotel. The hotel, I don't even know what we're gonna call it. Hotel accessibility challenges to some positiveness of from when I was there and what I was there for. Um, my friend had sent me a thing letting me know like, hey, there's I have an event going on and I want you to come to. It didn't really say what it was. It's like, hey, we're having a celebration of this of something. No explanation as to what, and we're going to invite you down to Seattle. I'm like, okay, I'll come. So I had no idea what it was even for. So we go down there and meet with a bunch of people. It's a bunch of all of his friends from all over the area, and yeah, they end up doing an announcement and this really cool PowerPoint presentation of them, and then they had a special announcement is that they got married. So it was really cool. It was a really cool little fun weekend in Seattle. So I got some quick little photos that I can talk about. Didn't get as many photos as I wanted, especially the food. I totally missed up on the food. So I had to get it was not really say a suit and tie event, but definitely a dress up event. So I had to put on the old bow tie. Got to roll with that. And then the lighting in there was so dark, so I apologize for the photo being absolutely horrible. So yeah, luckily I was able to go, and it was a lot of fun. And I was able to go thanks to this gal here. We're just gonna call her Jay. That's all we're gonna say. If it wasn't for Jay, that wouldn't have happened. This is kind of the room that it was in. Nothing too exciting. And then there was this guy making the banana Fosters with the ice cream. It was super awesome. And then there's my friend Ryan there. And then got to throw in some goofy photos, of course. Yep. And there's his wife Kathleen. So they got married. It was really cool to be able to go and hang out with them and all of their friends at this really nice restaurant that had amazing food, like the kind of food that your mouth would just like this water in. And it was cool. It was they had complimentary valet parking, so that was kind of a fun experience. I haven't really had to do valet parking anytime in the last a few years, so that part was kind of cool. And back to the quick little, I know I did a little quick little photo there of Jay, but Jay, aka caregiver 88, jokingly say, she if it wasn't for her, the whole entire trip wouldn't have happened. So she was able to basically make it with her school schedule and whatnot to make it so she could take me down there and be able to go. So if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't have happened. So very appreciative of awesome, amazing caregivers. We wouldn't be able to do the fun things we like to do without them. So they are awesome people. So thank you to all the caregivers that are out there. Appreciate all of y'all. So yeah, so that's what I was doing there in Seattle. It was a fun little time. I know Totally Normal has met Ryan before. So small little world of people knowing people. But yeah, so that's kind of what I got at the docket as far as where I was, what I was doing, my funness with hotel rooms, Marriott, and yeah, that kind of it. So does anybody else have any interesting hotel stories? I know we've heard a few about grab bars ending up on the ground and falling off the wall and taking it to the front desk. I know we've seen, I heard a few of those. And that cinder block story is true, by the way. The one I told that basically the hotel did not have any way of making it accessible. So and this was up in Seattle area as well when this happened. This was probably 6 years ago. And didn't have any way of getting the bed box to work. So I literally just went to Home Depot and spent $6 on cinder blocks and put the bed up on cinder blocks. I did tell the front desk staff that I did that, and they're like, "Yeah, it's fine, just leave them. We'll use them for next time if somebody else needs it." So they were cool with it, but it was just like it shouldn't have came to the point where I had to go buy cinder blocks to jack up my bed because their engineering air quote department person that they had working there had no idea on how to accommodate that. I'm like, dude, just gotta put 4 blocks on the 4 corners of the bed. That's it. That's all I'm asking, man. I mean, I don't know. I've had some pretty good luck at there's one time back in 2017 when I went to Florida with Dan, and we ended up renting a house. It was definitely probably not 100% accessible. We kind of just went and looked at the photos and saw that their beds were up high enough to where Hoyer would go underneath, and we just kind of winged it and we made it work. So I mean, it just kind of depends. I feel like it's kind of a hit or miss kind of situation, you know? Yeah, we totally made it work, and I feel like that's kind of part of it when it comes to traveling with a disability. Sometimes you got to just figure things out, make it work. Like in Seattle, I made it work. I had to do it with a cot. It was absolutely horrible, but I had to do what I had to do, and I ended up sleeping most of the rest of the night in my wheelchair. But that's a different problem. It was not the hotel's fault on that part, but it's just yeah. I feel like we just have to be we have to basically kind of take care of it on our own. And also, we went to California. Like when we went there, I mean, we were 12 hours away. We basically had no way of, um, dealing with any type of changes or anything because we were 12 hours away. So if we need to get a new hotel or anything, nothing we could do. Um, yeah, that was just, yeah. Let's see. And our chair survived somehow. Yeah, I don't know how. Remember when the plane touched down in Florida and we heard a bunch of stuff in the luggage bay under us go bang? I don't know how any of that noise was not any of our wheelchairs underneath, man. We have had some very fortunate time flying, totally normal without wheelchairs being busted. So I think it's time for us to go through that experience again. I feel like it's the time to maybe get out of this cold and go somewhere warm. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a trip. Maybe we go see Bill in Florida. Hey, Bill, if you're watching. Sometimes our friend Bill watches our streams. Oh yeah, you do have clips of that. We can always talk about airline stuff. I mean, we've kind of gone down the hotel room rabbit hole, and I feel like we've kind of covered all of that. Thank you, Streambot, for blocking the girls 18 online. Good lord, spammers. Hey, Lidlock, welcome in, sir. Oh yeah, and there's actually something else I was going to share with you guys today that I was reading about this morning. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I'm down to talk about the airplane flying and all that stuff. I have a feeling that people have been asking me about flying stuff. If we go somewhere, we should just make a video about it. Oh, absolutely. Because what you need for like airplane is a little bit different from what I need. So that'd be kind of actually cool to be able to capture that. Yeah, I'd be down for that, dude. We'll definitely film a whole trip somewhere. So on a positive note, before we go maybe on to airplanes, is I was reading, I was on Instagram and came across New Mobility Magazine's Instagram post about Airbnb has a new adapted category that offers beautiful design and verified access. So basically, if it basically says it has a roll-in shower bench, like if it specifically says that, like it's been verified that it actually is truly that on Airbnb, which I think is actually pretty cool. Let me put this in chat for everyone. There we go. And let's pull it up here on my screen real quick. And then we'll go back to talk about airlines, and I'm sure there'll be more hotel chat. Oh, is my keyboard away? No, it's not. So yeah, so they just had a new adapted category. So far it has 1,000 listings. Obviously, we can always hope for more. But let's go ahead and let's take a look. Let's see where we could go. Whoa. Well, I can tell you right now, this one up here at the top right, you can't really see behind chat. It's at $5,000 a night. So, that's not going to work. United Kingdom's a little far. Is there like an option to do like US only? That's what we need. We need no option for USA only. Okay. North Carolina, Florida, Canada, Texas, New Zealand, Canada, Brazil, Greece. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I like Idaho. All right, let's check out this one here in Idaho. See what we get. Wow, that's a really nice little ramp. I like that. Let's look at all the photos and see if it has a rolling shower. I did not actually see what it specified it actually had. Wow, check out that bathroom. It's a grab bars, a toilet, being able to roll underneath the sink. Man, that's really nice. It doesn't really say. It doesn't really show if it's a roll-in shower or not, though. It's really nice looking. It's pretty cool. It's just hard to tell if it actually has a roll-in shower or not, but it's actually a pretty nice little cabin. To space. ADA compliant bathroom and shower. So it doesn't really specify whether or not it's a roll-in shower or not, but that's, I don't know, that's pretty cool. Call it the ADA tiny home. All right, let's go to a random house in Tennessee. We like the houses in Tennessee. Yeah, that laundry basket did say things, Lidlock. Your eye caught that. Good job. Let's see if it says anything with a roll-in shower. With a large bathroom, handicap accessible. I don't really know exactly what that means. That's kind of like one of those descriptions. It's like, wait, is it really? Like, what does that even mean? Like, can I get some specificity of the bathroom? That looks like a tub. Oh, wow. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I wonder if there's another view. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a step at all. It looks like it's just a one big... Oh, really random photos. These people really need to... I don't know. Somebody needs to take photos for them because whoever did the photos for them. But looks like it's just a big open bathroom. That's actually kind of cool. See, I like having like, I don't know, photos and stuff. It's always nice to kind of determine if something's going to work or not. Like, obviously, this bed would probably most likely work. I mean, you can see how high up it is off the ground. And I highly doubt there's anything underneath there. And it's hardwood, which would work perfect for a Hoyer. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to share that Airbnb has this new listing thing. I thought it was kind of a cool little feature. I wonder if there's anything in Portland and Oregon here at the coast. Let's see. Brazil, California, New Hampshire, Italy. Oh man, that one in Colorado looks really, man. Okay, we got to stop. This one looks really gorgeous in Colorado. See, I'm getting distracted now on live stream. Let's look at photos. That's a really nice. Look at that. That's a pretty sweet. You still get the stairs. I got this awesome cement ramp. Dude, that's pretty cool looking. Hot tub. That'd be kind of cool if they would add a ceiling lift there. That's the bathroom. That's not a roll-in bathroom. Is there another bathroom somewhere else, or is that it? That's a tub. I mean, you can get under. Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go stay here. Check that out. Plenty of space for your wheelchair, toilet, get a Hoyer chair, anything around that, and look at that shower. Just wheel right in. Dude, that's actually pretty sweet. It's a nice little bathroom. All right, let's see. What else is there about this one? Yeah, it's got multi-rooms. How much is this? Still $225 a night. Not bad. It's not bad at all. And it's right on up there with what I pretty much just paid for in Seattle. Hey, anybody want to come visit? Here's one in Portland, Oregon. Got toilet, grab bar, and more for $154 a night. Let's see if it has a roll-in shower or not. It does. Where is it? There. Yeah, if anyone wants to come and visit, there's a nice accessible Airbnb right in Portland. If anybody ever wants to come on down. Did you say it was 50? Wait, did you say 50 a night, White Raven? Wow, yeah, some of these like Costa Rica, some of them are actually pretty yeah, some of them are pretty inexpensive, huh? Greece, Lake Havasu, Utah. Wow. Well, there you go. New category for you guys to go and look at. So figured I'd kind of share it with you guys. It's something I saw in New Mobility Magazine. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Gives you a chance to maybe stay, you know, at a place you don't have to worry about accessibility, possibly. And it's quite a bit in here. I mean, for 1,000 listings, there's, you know, seems like there's one in every state. From like Arkansas and Italy, all kinds of random spaces and places. Spain, $47 a night. I mean, okay, we gotta look at this one real quick. Let's check this out. It's even got the Hoyer. That's awesome. It almost looks like they just took a manual electric Hoyer and just put it into the ground. It looks like it doesn't look like your typical your pool one. I mean, check it. Look, even getting underneath the bed. Look at all that space. I mean, not that I plan on going over to Europe at all, but if I did, and yeah, check that out. Roll and shower. It looks tight, but it looks doable. I mean, obviously, you know, different country. Yeah, that's a cute little place. And I really hope that there's a little bit more of a parking space than just that. It looks like that might be all there is as far as the parking space goes. But I'm sure things are a little bit different there in Europe. Like if we were actually traveling, then we had taxi and whatnot. And oh, check out this. This looks totally ADA approved. You guys are gonna love this. Little ramp down the back end of the street. That works. More accessible to your apartment. Right? It's actually really nice, yeah. I mean, not bad. You know, the cost per night was this one like 50, I think? That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, $47 a night. Wow. Man, that's... Well, I guess I'm ever going to go into Spain. Maybe I'll look in that area. Oh yeah, power chair going up and down that ramp. Yeah, for sure. We got Florida. Man, there's just all kinds of places. $200 a night in Florida, huh? Maybe. I guess I should maybe start clicking on warm places so we can actually go. So like, you know, get away from the area for a trip. Go to a nice warm climate. Florida does actually sound kind of nice. Oh, it does look like though that we could honestly go through and filter, and you could probably filter for roll and shower. Step-free shower, I guess is what they call it. So that narrowed it down to 550 instead of 1,000. So there's a lot that actually have rolling showers, it looks like. Okay, we're gonna look at this one's a little bit pricey in Arizona, but it's somewhere warm, could run off too. We'll see how their listings. That'd be kind of cool if it actually had a ramp into the pool. When I lived in Arizona, my aunt had a ramp that went into the pool. The hot tub would be maybe accessible via transfer. House looks nice and big, spacious. Oh yeah, that bathroom's totally nice and accessible. It's just a piece of glass separating, no step, and you just kind of go around the glass and you're in the shower. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't want to go down looking at listings all night, but anyways, just wanted to share that, like I said, that they have a new adapted category, which is just, I don't know, it's just kind of cool. See, now you got me all, now you want to look. Let's go back and look now. Looks like there's a slight edge, like a 1-inch edge right there. Still, that'd still be a booger butt to try to transfer. I'm not probably hanging out in the hot tub waving at the neighbors either. But yeah, it looks like it's a zero edge all the way around the whole entire hot tub. Very interesting. But yeah, maybe I'll use this new feature when I end up trying to figure out what it is I'll be doing here in a few months for the old birthday celebration situation. I've always thought it'd be really nice to go somewhere really warm and get out of the cold. Maybe in February would be nice. It's something I used to do. I used to kind of bail out of the area and head off to Viva Las Vegas, which I haven't done since my 30s. So it's something that I need to find a replacement for Vegas. As long as it's warm and accessible and it's a house, then I would probably be happy. That's all very cool. Oh, and I mean, the pool's an added bonus. And a pool with a lift is like a triple added bonus. So, which I think most places I'd be looking at, like in California or in Arizona, are probably going to have a swimming pool. At least for sure in Florida. Florida always seems to have houses with swimming pools. So, yeah, has anybody stayed in an Airbnb at all before that was accessible? That's had good luck? I'm hoping there's been at least one or two of you that have actually stayed in one, have had pretty good luck with it. I do know that there is an accessible house on the coast of Oregon here, but it's like, I don't know what the ridiculous amount was. I think it was like $1,200 a night, but it was like a 3-story house that could hold like 20 people. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to have like a big event or something. Have lots of people all in one spot. But I don't think that's yeah, don't know if that will happen or not. Don't know if anybody would want to spend, $200-$300 just to stay at the coast for a few days. Even when you got that many friends, it'd be hard to split up. I think the cost is something that costs like $1,200. All right, so we went down the rabbit hole of Airbnb and hotels. See, I knew that was going to happen. So what about what else was here in chat? Christopher was saying we need to have an independent database of hotels with specific accessibility features. Yeah, I agree. There should be a website that maybe can, maybe a website that's user generated information versus it being like coming from the hotels, where it's like a hotel review site that basically says, would a Hoyer work? Grab bars, roll-in shower, all those check boxes. That'd be really actually a cool website. There might already be a website out there already. Does anybody know of anything like that? Good to know I could just go hang in Italy for $50 a night. Right? That's actually a pretty good little deal. $154 a night. Even that's accessible, yeah. Yeah, so that's does anybody else have any Once I have the money, I want to hire a team of people to roam around the country and rate all the hotels. There we go. If you win the lottery, is that your dream thing? We're just gonna go and gather up a bunch of people like, all right, go rate all these hotels. I mean, there used to be a couple like bloggers and stuff that would cover accessible rooms, and there are still a few like even like Instagrammers that go around there and covers like hotels, but it'd be really nice. Um, I don't know, it'd just be nice to have a website that's dedicated that's only like disabled people only that are participating and posting on there what hotels they stayed at, the good, the bad, the ugly. Because they might stay in a really awesome hotel room that works for somebody in a manual chair. It's amazing, but they're like, oh, but if he's a Hoyer, you're not gonna be able to get underneath the bed. Sorry, try to book elsewhere. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be kind of a cool, yeah. That'd be actually something you actually get paid to do. Ooh, maybe somebody can come up with something that you get paid to do that and work for the hotels themselves. Be like a secret disability shopper. It goes around to hotels and see how they do on accessibility. That'd be pretty interesting. There are a few apps, but nobody seems to use them. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Apps are just. I feel like it's really hard for like an app or something like that to kind of catch on. I feel like a web-based one would be kind of better because it'd be accessed on a phone, computer, tablet. I feel like sometimes apps are not always, I don't know, don't always work on like all platforms. But I've never heard of Access Map. Right? I wonder if they even have a website. Let's see. They do. Interesting. So you can like literally put in a name of something. All right, I'm gonna type in something real quick, and I'll type in my show you guys my screen. New York. So this basically just has like the name of the hotel, entrance, interior, restroom, and this is one that hasn't been rated yet at all. None of these have been. These are all the different hotels in New York, New York. But not as nobody's done any reviews at all. I figured that would maybe be a good spot. And New York, New York doesn't have any reviews. Interesting. I just figured I'd type in like hotel and see what it would come up with. But let's see what's totally what we're saying. I still want to invent an accessibility rating like LEED certifications, etc., to get companies that want to be certified my access rating. That's true. Yeah. So basically, by having media coverage, it's going to take tons of money. But then they could say, "Look, we go above and beyond the ADA rating." That's true. I a few of the hotels I stayed at, well, the hotel I stayed at actually had LEED, power certification that they were, completely, whatever that is, like power neutral, to where they don't suck any more power from the power grid than what they can generate on their own, probably with solar panels on the roof. I guess I don't really understand how they're getting power there, but yeah, that's I think that'd be if we had an extra ADA rating for hotels, that would be very interesting. And one thing I do think though, and I'm going to have to look into this. I wonder if there is an ADA requirement for hotel websites for booking. I'd be curious to talk to some people about that. Because you guys saw in the beginning of the stream how easy it was on Hilton. Like you literally check the box that says show me accessible rooms, but Marriott, there's no option for that. You literally have to dig through. Yeah, I'm trying to find out. Yeah, I think Sming is saying that he would travel a lot more if something like that exists. And I think that just like you, Sming, and like so many thousands of other people out there with disabilities would travel more if there was more reliable information knowing that a hotel may work for them. Like honestly, the hotel room that I stayed at would have worked for anybody who uses a manual chair. It'd be perfect for. If you and you can transfer on your own, great. But if you require a Hoyer, it wouldn't work. But roll and shower part of it was great. Bed height was great for somebody to transfer. Like everything about it was perfect, just nothing for a Hoyer user. And there was no pull-up couch that was supposed to be a sofa couch. Other than that, there's literally nothing wrong with that room, and I'd recommend it to anybody that goes up to where I was to stay there. But I think if we can, I don't know, maybe that's something I could, do in my spare time. Come up with some sort of website that could do some sort of rating and really try to get it out there. But like make it so basic and so easy that it makes it so easy for people to go on there and rate. I feel like sometimes those rating sites are very I don't know, they make it difficult for people to want to go on there and even use it. Like they're not going to want to donate their information to that information. So the easier it can make it where they literally just have to create like a simple login and all you collect is their email address and maybe like first name and that's it. And they literally just point and click their mouse and check all the boxes that, it fits and give them an option to upload photos. I think that'd be I'm sure there's a website out there that already does that. Why is my microphone so far away? Do I sound like I'm far away? Bloodlock? There's also, I'm leaning back right now. I'm stretching my back, so maybe if I sound like I'm far away, I'll sit forward here in a second. Google Maps has tried to add access stuff, but a lot of info isn't correct and people and not insurers just don't know what they're looking for. Gotcha. Yeah, so Lidlock, if you're wondering why my microphone is not within view, if maybe if that's what you meant, is I don't like having it right in the middle of the camera because I have the camera in the middle of the desk and I can't have the microphone and the camera in the same view. Yeah, my microphone's oh man, probably a good foot in front of me. Yeah, I need to, eventually I'm going to try to switch up. I want to get a different microphone where the microphone will come up from underneath my monitors and come up in front of me instead of hanging from a boom aiming down. Because it's hanging on a boom hanging down, it blocks my view of the monitor. So if you see me like trying to like look around like this, that's me trying to look around the microphone because it's right in the middle of my screen. So I have a monitor to my right that shows chat and it's my browser. And then I have OBS in the middle monitor. And then I have Discord and Twitter open on the left monitor. That's up as a vertical monitor. I can see everyone commenting and things like that in there. So yeah, it's on my holiday. Well, I think it's on my holiday wish list, which I just realized is I have an Amazon wish list. It's not on any of my videos. I need to add that on there because I definitely a newer microphone stand would. I can keep the same microphone. I just need the stand that goes, like I said, out from underneath my monitor. I'm looking at getting one of those Elgato ones. They have one that's called the LP. I think it stands for low profile. And it allows the microphone boom to come from underneath the monitor, which I think is pretty cool. Headset mic. Yeah, I could do a headset mic, but I just are a little bit uncomfortable. And I got the big dynamic mic because I wanted to get back into doing the podcasting again. And I think, I needed to spend the money and buy the low profile arm and have the microphone in a better position, and then it'll sound a lot better and less far away. Your mic setup is odd. Oh yeah, your mic setup is odd. It blocks one of the screens. Yeah, I feel like every single person that has a standard microphone boom, like your microphone's going to come down and block at least one monitor. That's just kind of the way it goes. Christopher Stroll said, hopefully once an airplane simply gets fixed, hotels will see the on-tap potential to disable people and start doing things better. Right? That's the thing I'm worried about, man. It's like, all of a sudden we get the flood of like, all right, airlines allow power chairs and manual chairs on the airplanes. You get tied down, we get to our destination, we get there. Don't even forget the accessibility of getting to the place, right? That'll be a problem. I don't think the taxi market and stuff will be ready for that. But we'll fight and get it all changed, just like it did the airlines. And then you're right, the hotels, they're gonna have to be ready for that because all of a sudden they're gonna have a flood of new disabled travelers that weren't traveling before that they need to be prepared for. Like, hey, like we're ready to go. We can travel. Like we can stay in our chairs. Yes, please. I mean, I feel like we would be going everywhere. I mean, as much as I was joking around about going flying and going somewhere this summer, like the thought of being like having to be picked up and moved around by people to be put into a and put like a onto an airplane does not sound like a good time. But I also want to provide and show people the experiences exactly what it's like going through TSA, like the whole nine yards. Like it's a whole nother yeah, it's a whole nother ball game for any of you that haven't flown before. If you're new to a chair and you never flown before, it'd be kind of fun to create a video for that. Where did you people come from? Right? That's totally what they would say. Like, wait, where did all these people come from? I'm so confused. Like every whole, like they have to like change all the hotel room standards for the ADA that they got to provide, XYZ amount of accessible rooms. They'll have to create more because there'll be more people traveling. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Yeah, we come in peace, thing, right? Let me see if I can find that article that I found that talked about some of the ADA stuff in hotel rooms. It was quite, it had some interesting stats that I found on this article. I don't know how old this article is. And this is from wheelchairtravel.org, which just talks about the number of accessible rooms required per number of hotel rooms. Here, I'll put it in chat and I'll share the screen. I thought it was some pretty interesting numbers. Switch over here to desktop. So ADA hotel room features and inventory requirements. So basically, the hotel does not have to have a room with a roll-in shower unless they have more than 51 to 75 rooms. So that's I found that interesting. So no roll-in showers unless it's a hotel with more than 75. And then basically, unless they have upwards of 400 rooms, they only have to have 4 with a roll-in shower. Now this is like back from like 2010, so this may have been like updated like since. But I just thought this was like, this is what the requirements are. I just thought that was very interesting. And I think there's another, yeah, so just basically this turns about the width of doors and accessible pathways have to be a certain distance. And then bed height, obviously they don't do anything, and then they have to have certain bathtub ADA, and there's also certain roll and shower requirements that they have to have. Yeah, this is just, yeah, talks about toilets and sinks. And then I found this very interesting. Reasonable request that a hotel should honor. And I don't know when this article was written. But so basically, well, this is what I thought was great. So a request to remove the bed frame or box spring to lower the bed to a more acceptable height. Right? That's the same thing as to request to place a bed frame or bed risers to allow the use of the transfer hoyer or lift. So look, it did say this provided by the guest. So maybe here's our little thing as a reasonable accommodation. I will start when I travel. I will carry cinder blocks with me, and every single time I come across a bed that's not accessible, I'll just put it up on cinder blocks. Cost me $6, and then there, and then I can leave it with their engineering team. So next time they need it, they have it. I mean, they can remove additional furniture like chairs and tables. Like, that's pretty reasonable stuff right here. So I don't understand why bed risers, but I guess it's something they want us to provide or to make it reasonable. Very interesting. But I definitely see traveling happening. I think as soon as, like I said, as soon as we get like flying again, everyone's going to be like ready to go and start hitting up hotels. and traveling, and we're going to need to have accessible, uh, places to go, hotel rooms, stuff like that needs to be available to us. I feel like a roll and shower would be an easier thing to install. Absolutely, way easier to install. Like it's literally just all they gotta do is a pan and some tile on the wall and done. Like I don't know. They don't have to get this full surround. Now, obviously, roll and shower, they also got to include a bath bench for people to transfer onto, stuff like that. And they can provide that in there, but I don't know. I feel like with it being 2022, that the hotel accessibility for people to use a roll and shower, or sorry, a Hoyer has gotten worse. Like it used to be that maybe I would find like it'd take me like 6 hotels and I'd find one that something could get underneath the bed. But every single hotel I called to go to California with the Power Soccer Group, and I called like 20 of them, they all said that they recently updated and all of their beds all have boxes underneath them. I don't know if it was just like, hey, the situation's happening, we're not having that many guests right now, let's just remodel all of our hotels. It was just a California thing. Like, I don't know. It seemed like every single hotel I called in that area, um, yeah, it was crazy to me that they didn't have anything that could go underneath the bed. So at the soccer place, wait, are you talking about the one we practice at? Is that what that's from? I think that's what you meant. Oh, in Hillsborough. Gotcha. All right, so here's another example, and this isn't even a hotel. This is at the soccer facility that we do soccer at. This is their bathroom at the facility. So you got a great spot, be able to put your backpack. Got nice big huge shower, and then nice and accessible bathroom. All that tile, roll around, get. I mean, that's just like man, if the community center can do that, like why can't hotels? It's just mind blowing to me. What year are we in again? Christopher Stroll saying that's amusing that removing an interior door is considered a reasonable request. Yeah, they can do that. They can do that, but they can't remove the boxing unders. Well, it's not that they couldn't, and it's not that they said that was an unreasonable request. They just had an engineering guy at that particular location that didn't, I don't think, have any engineering experience. So, floor is easy to clean too, right? I mean, that place was super easy to clean. You just look at it like, wow, just like mop that thing and be done. Yeah, for sure. Well, totally normal, and I will make that a thing to happen. That if me and him are able to go and get a trip or something scheduled here soon, the next 4 or 5 months, then or even if it's even the beginning of the summer, we'll film the whole thing and capture traveling because we Dan and I always have a great time going through TSA. Um, yeah, it's always a fun moment. Um, well, the T. Let's see. Hold on. Let's just say the main locker rooms at the facility. They have about 8 regular shower and another accessible one in there too. Wow, that's awesome. And those are single rooms. Okay, so there's larger main rooms that are accessible and that's really cool. Yeah, the practice facility that we practice at in out in Hillsborough, Oregon. Oh my god, it's amazing. Like all brand new. Like we actually love the practice facility we get to practice at. It's great for soccer and all the other sports to practice there. Uh, where are the crumpets and tea? Well, the tea is in front of me, sir. That's right here in this cup. The crumpets. Yeah, that's just not available tonight, unfortunately. The my I've had a few my main evening gal has been out sick the last few days with some um, stuff going on. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, that some of my care group gets healthy so I can get back to a normal schedule and actually have my crumpets with my tea. So should we jump into the flying? Should we talk about that? I mean, we kind of covered hotels. We still got some more time according to my my clock here in front of me. We can talk about we can talk about flying. Dan, do you have any video of them unloading our chairs at all? We went to we went out to the when we flew. Or actually, wait, I think you did a whole video, didn't you? I swear you did like a whole video of like the beginning part of us going through the airport and all that. We went to Florida. I swear you had your camera on that trip. All right, but we'll hold on for that. All right, so everyone in chat, put a 1 in chat if you have flown before. Keep it nice and easy for those it's difficult to type for. Throw me a 1 if you've flown since you've been in the chair and use a chair. Okay, got 1. Sure, there's quite a bit of you. I know it's not easy for everyone to hit chat right now, especially you guys are watching me on TV or whatnot. Oh, sweet. You got video. Dude, it's like freaking like on demand. Oh, is it not supposed to be a short? Oh, that's the whole... Well, good enough for me. All right, well, waiting for chat to catch up on that. Let's pull up some things here. All right, there's one. Let me pull up the second video here. Give me a second. Nah, it's fine. I mean, this works. Oops. Oh boy. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Quick little video.
You can see all my stickers all over it.
Time to wake up, Britt. Alarm clock says so.
That thing is a pain to move even though when it's in neutral though.
Oh yeah, you had the chair with the backrest that fold down. I forgot.
I am a little bit.
Do you want some?
Sure, can we take my go before we cover me up though?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, they got your chair.
Oh yeah, you had to modify the chair.
Dan, are you able to reach over here and twist this belt around the other way so Brittany can tighten it?
All right. That's pretty. And is this onloading? Or is this just the first? That guy's got to have some strong legs, dude. That's a pumping that thing by foot.
On the shoulder.
Is this my chair? Must be. Or is this just the beginning of your chair?
Comfy. That's got like good like inch of padding right there, Britt.
It's thick.
It's all the extensions.
This guy's like, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Oh, this is the beginning of yours.
What's
Okay.
all electric ones?
Vertical video.
Oh, it's a foot pump.
That's really interesting. That being a foot pump to get that thing up in the air, I had no idea. Yeah, I forgot you modded your chair to do that. Yeah, no, I thought you did too, because mine was the one that was a pain for them to get loaded. I totally remember that. Let's see. So Jacob did a 1. All right, 1 for spinning as well. I was using a scooter at the time. Oh, you had the pleasure of riding the Hannibal lecture chair. Yes, we're going to talk about that. And I took off your joystick and mine too. Yeah, we did. We went without our joystick on the chairs because we knew the chance that it was getting damaged when flying was just way too high. So the handleable lecture chair. I wonder if I can find. Sure, there's. I'm gonna see if I can find something real quick. I think there's somebody that has done a video on it recently. Um, so
Discover.
okay, we can't have ads. Let me turn that down. All right, as soon as the ad's over, I will switch over to my screen and show you guys. Okay, desktop. I'll keep this on full screen. So this is the handleable lecture chair. So this is always the chair that they put you in. Now, I'm not a very big guy at all, but I can tell you the width of this chair, like I literally have like a few inches of cheek hanging off here and a few inches of cheek hanging off there. They're not wide at all and extremely uncomfortable. So they basically, whether you're in a manual chair or power chair and you need to transfer, unless, depending on the airplane, certain bulkheads you can get up to and transfer from your manual chair. But yeah, 14 inches wide. I mean, my power chair seat cushion is 19. So there you go. You guys can do the math. There's going to be some overages. And not only that, but the way they got to strap you in, I mean, it's like across the chest, the waist, like you're strapped in, like, and then your legs have to be strapped together, which is actually a good thing for me because my legs are just not gonna stay together any other way. Some people can keep their legs together. Um, and each person requires a little bit more securement than others. It just kind of depends. And then basically they end up kind of doing the wheelie, get you into the airplane, and then bring you back uh, down into your seat. But this aisle chair is super tiny. And then if you have, broad shoulders of any sort, your shoulders, especially if you have to go back beyond like a few seats in the bulkhead, your shoulders will hit like the seats as they go back like luggage. Makes it kind of interesting. So let's fast forward here a little bit. And sometimes they go forward, sometimes go backwards. And let's go on in. They bring it through the little tiny gap here. And so what I have found, it looks like that skipped any of that, didn't show any of that. So what's happened before when I've gotten to that point, they get me into the airplane. Now let's say you're like me and you're unable to transfer yourself. You don't have the ability to do that. They have this new, like, it's kind of like a miniature sling that they put underneath you. It kind of reminds me of a Hoyer sling, but it's really small. And they use that, and they have basically, I get like 3 or 4 people, like 2 people on behind me, 1 person in front of me, and they literally like pick me up off of that chair and put me onto the seat. And then I work my way over to the window seat. And the reason why I do that is my legs, my hip muscles are gone, so my legs will just like spread themselves apart without staying together, and I don't want to have to wear a strap around my legs the whole time. So I use I use to sit on the inside to do that. But they literally have to pick me up out of that chair and put me onto the thing. Now I have seen on some larger international flights they actually have a Hoyer system that they can pick you up. And yeah, I mean, they may have done it on more domestic flights, but I've never seen it on a Southwest flight. But there's like that. Are you talking about Jacob? You talking about the fabric lift or an actual machine? Because I know there's like the fabric thing, and then there's the actual, like an actual Hoyer that they can actually pick people up and put them in a seat now too. Anyways, so they have to pick up. And the most interesting thing is that sometimes they're airline employees, And then depending on what airport it is, they have different laws and rules to where it has to be independent contractors. So depending on where I'm flying, it might be a good experience leaving Portland, but then my destination might be a really horrible experience transferring back out. It's kind of a crapshoot when it comes to flying. Let's get caught up here on chat. I had a chance to fly in the 777 United, and it had a special container for wheelchairs. Right? Jacob, oh man, they need to have that. Like, I don't understand why they don't, like, all the airlines just don't do that. Aisle chair is super small. Yeah, way too small. Speaking, I had issues with my legs and they weren't well versed in using the straps. Yeah, that's the thing. It's also, like I said, Sping, I think it's a crapshoot depending on where you're flying from or where you're flying to, whether or not it's going to be airline people, which are going to be heavily trained to make sure it's done correctly, versus if it being independent contractors, they have such a high turnover rate that they just have people there that just don't care. Like, so they're not going to take the extra step to make sure that they're versed in lifting you safely and knowing how to work the straps. One flight I was on using my aisle chair, I wouldn't fit between the rows at all in the aisle chair, so I traded with someone and got a front row seat, and I was able to get my manual right up to the seat. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I've had that happen once, where the airplane was full because I was late getting onto it, and I had to get up in the first class. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, the perfect lift. That's a fabric sling. Yeah, that's what it's called. That thing is all sorts of uncomfortable. So one of the things I do when I fly personally is I wear jeans. Jeans have a less likely chance to rip as long as they actually grab you by like your waistband or your side of your hip versus grabbing like, obviously the belt loop is not going to hold. But jeans work really well for having somebody grab you and pick you up and move you. If you can handle being like grabbed and picked up by your legs too. Not everyone can handle that kind of pressure. So, but there is a gal on Instagram, and I apologize, I might not be able to find it right away. I know that she is a really big Instagram disability, I guess we'll call it disability influencer. And she lives in Canada, and Canada Airlines has completely destroyed her wheelchair. Like, we're talking like destroyed of all destroyed. And it was very interesting on one of her posts. Yes, Mayan Zeev. Yes, Swing, yes. That she was saying that they came out with a container to put horses in to keep your horses safe and all that, but yet they can't do something as simple as having a container to keep people's like power wheelchairs safe. And I do know that now that gal is having to go through the process of starting and getting a whole brand new wheelchair from scratch, starting over, which is just, yeah, it's just crazy. They're not just going to go through a whole process again because their wheelchair is just gone. So, anyways, I thought it was very interesting because I know that one of you talked about the Jacob, you said that they had a specialized container. But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why airlines don't have a specialized container now. Not that it's going to solve anything. I mean, we all know the only thing that's going to solve them damaging wheelchairs is to allow us to stay in our chairs during the flight and just use proper tie downs. Gotcha. All right, and I do have a few. I guess we do have a video of me getting loaded onto the airplane. Brought to you by Totally Normal. Let me pull that up real quick. All right, I have audio muted already. Back in 2017. Starts 22 seconds in. All right. Yeah, I don't. Oh, there I am. There's my smiley face. Oh, yeah. Look at that green PDX carpet. Portland's known for our awesome carpet, in case everyone's wondering. Big guy, little chair. Oh, man. Look at those legs. They're like barely staying on. totally normal. It's like, don't mind if I get on in here and remove this joystick. I think you're explaining the weight and how to move the chair, if I remember. And they were kind of like, wait, how much does this chair weigh? And it's like 330 pounds. Yeah, we didn't get any of the feature of me actually getting like transferred at all. But oh wow. And then airplanes loading. Let's see if it shows mine getting loaded. Well, it does. Well, we'll just leave it for a second. Because when there's one chair, there's going to be another. Oh, look at! I don't think we did. Look, the joystick's still on. I don't think we actually took it off. And there you go. There's Altimeter. Yeah, it's a really short clip. That's literally like me getting transferred. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe a temporary fix is to provide containers for wheelchairs just to get us through until they can finally like let us actually fly and stay in our chairs. I mean, I know it's not ideal, but at least it seems like if they can keep a horse alive in a container and bomb an airplane, they should at least be able to keep a wheelchair from getting broken and destroyed in a container. I just, yeah, like I said, it's probably a stopgap. It's probably not going to actually put a complete stop to it, but I think it would just be, I don't know, preload it into a cargo crate and then there we go. Yeah, I think that'd be the way to go. Just at least until we can get proper. I don't know. I really think that the Q straight tie down system will be like the things that will end up in airplanes. I really do. I think the hardest part is going to be getting them to give up the amount of seats it's going to take to put 2 or 3 power chair people, or even a whole team of us. 6 of us in power chairs, all onto an airplane, and give up that many seats. That will be the fight. They'll probably come up with some sort of thing where they'll like limit like 1 wheelchair per airplane or something ridiculous, I don't think they could actually get away with that, but that's just, I don't know. I just feel like that as much as we'll have a good start at getting some changes, that it'll still be a fight no matter what. But, we're at least getting in the right direction, that they are being pressured into going through and making it available for us to fly now, which would be huge. Let's see, what else did I miss in chat? Did I miss anything else here in chat? No, I don't think so. But yeah, traveling's always fun, and then don't even get through the whole TSA thing's always fun. Get patted down and checked and swabbed. I did have a couple of friends of mine who, when I did power soccer, some of them did live out in the country on some farmland where fertilizer got used, and they got flagged. And they almost missed a flight because they got flagged with fertilizer under a tire. So that was fun. Yeah, hopefully they've gotten a little bit better at detecting fertilizer and not fertilizer, I hope. But yeah. There's a pretty funny meme I came across earlier this week. Maybe laugh about that. Install a winch at the cargo door at a minimum. Yeah, because not all airports and stuff have that lift that can bring up power chairs or manual chairs up to the level of the dock. I mean, I've seen people I've seen people's chair come off the belt and then fall off the end. Or actually watch them try to pick up like a 400-pound wheelchair, like via plastic body panels and stuff, and break chairs. I mean, it's kind of, you think about it, for those people that are down there loading these wheelchairs, I mean, it ends up, hurting and straining themselves without them having proper equipment to lift something like that. So yeah, having a winch, I think, would be, beneficial for everyone. And let's all admit, like, our power chairs are not getting any lighter. Is it like the new, wasn't the forefront like almost like 700 pounds or something? Or 600 pounds? Excuse me. I don't remember what the weight was. It was something crazy heavy. But even like the F3 compared to the C300 is another 100 pounds weight. Went from 330 to 4 something. Which means it's kind of crazy that our power chair is going to keep getting heavier and heavier. And yeah, we're going to have to need a better way to keep things from breaking, because we don't want, 400-pound wheelchair swinging around in the luggage bay. Yeah, 400, 450 pound. Yeah, exactly. Which will make it really fun for when we actually travel as a team via airplane. Again, that'll be fun. Nothing like 12 power wheelchairs at 400 pounds a pop. Your luggage is now going to be off limits. Sorry. Oh man, that was such a bad experience. Funny, but really bad. I felt really bad for the people. They were pretty pissed off at us because they couldn't get their luggage either. Because where we landed, there was a 2-hour rain delay. So people were pissed that one, they found out their luggage didn't make it. Two, they waited 2 hours for luggage to be unloaded from the airplane due to lightning delay. And then by the time we got down there, there were really a lot of pissed off people because they didn't have their bags. But I mean, obviously the airlines, they didn't. They're the one to make the decision to, offload people's bags because there was 12 power chairs on board, and the airplane needed to offload the weight. They didn't plan for the weight of that, even though we called and we told them ahead of time, like, hey, you're gonna have 12 up to 400-pound wheelchairs in the belly of the airplane. You need to plan for that, and they didn't do that. So, because we booked that like 3 months in advance, just to make sure, because we did not want to have any issues flying with 6 power chair. Well, yeah, I mean 12 power chairs total. It was craziness. Maybe have been 11 power chairs because maybe somebody brought a manual chair, but still, that's a lot of power chairs for one airline to deal with. And not a single one of them got broken, by the way, for that many power wheelchairs. That was Southwest Airlines, by the way. Yeah, mobility equipment takes priority over everyone else's. Yeah, it does. And I get it why it does. They don't want somebody's mobility equipment not to be there on the other end to be worse than somebody's luggage, but um, still, that's just like, yeah. And I think that also probably a little bit more of a problem is, to be more and more people in chairs and stuff flying is making sure that the general public understands the weight of their chair, because that's one thing they ask you when you check in to get your chair, whatever, that you know the weight of your chair. It's number one flying tip is know the weight of your chair. It's always good to let them know, so they can kind of accommodate in case there's other people that have a power chair on that flight too. I think I got dropped once on when I was getting transferred to airplane, but it was like a gentle drop. It was like one side. And luckily my caregiver at the time was able to catch me, so it wasn't bad. Jacob, if I win the lottery, for sure gonna do that. That would be amazing. An old military airplane with just like a bunch of, and just fill it with Q strings. That would be great. Q string airline. That's what it's be called. I love it. I mean, dude, there's got to be things that start being available as surplus, right? I mean, look, if they're not going to provide an airline, make an airline. All we would fly would be basically people that need accessible airlines, and have like a super awesome like bathroom in the airplane too. It's got like a roll-in shower, handbars, a Hoyer system in the ceiling for those that need it. Like the perfect airplane. So if you need a ceiling Hoyer and a bathroom, we got you covered. You'd be tied down, we got you covered. I think that'd be epic. I knew that was coming. You want the luxury apps. I got the hot tub, the pool. That's only available on the international flights, Dan. Only available for that. But I definitely agree. I think that would be an epic thing to have. And I wonder if somebody's thought about it. I was gonna be some rich person. Obviously, we probably don't want to be reaching out to Elon Musk right now for any assistance. So like he's kind of burning down the world at the moment, or at least the world that he's involved with. We won't mention anything of any more than that. If you go that far, just go for being able to fly with a van. Chris has kind of got a point there, because let's admit it, that's great. We get to the location, but are all of us all going to be raising our hands, spending $150 a day on a wheelchair van rental? Air ferry. Exactly. I would just take the whole wheelchair van with you. Yeah. You get a little bit less passengers in there because you can only fit so many vehicles in one military cargo plane, probably. But either way, both of them are amazing ideas, and both would work totally well. We just need to have both, like one for like available that don't need that, and then those that like need to have like the cars and just a cargo plane and a bunch of cars. I like that. Somebody needs to find some rich billionaire that's into the airplanes, and yeah, we'll just buy a couple civilian C-130s and load it up with wheelchair, put it, and then and just on the tail of the airplane, it's just going to be like the aircraft will be black, the whole airplane will be completely black, and then one bright blue handicap symbol right on the tail, and that's it. Obviously, it'll have its number or something like that. What should we call it? Anybody got any funny names? I might see if I can have an artificial AI art come up with a graphic for us for that. See if it's able to come up with like a wheelchair airlines. Anti-grav wheelchairs. Yeah, that's true. Strong enough magnet on there holds down to the metal of the airplane. But we definitely need a really funny airline name for that. I don't want to go with like Handy Air. That just sounds bad. Ryanair. Oh, dang it! There we go. Welcome to Ryanair Airlines, where we put the accessibility first. Oh, Ryanair. I love it. That's great. I'm gonna add that to my notes, and I'm gonna make an airplane using AI generator, and I'm gonna add that on there. Oh, totally normal air. Oh, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna make all these images. I'm gonna put them on my Instagram. I think that would be great. I'm gonna copy these real quick. Add this to my notes. That's great. Anyone else got any other good ones? Actually, I even have a better idea for these. So keep them coming. I have a better idea. I will be able to share it all with you hopefully by next week. But I have yeah. Anybody else got any other ideas? I see this being on some, I'm looking for some merch ideas. So, I get to see a nice airplane graphic and Totally Normal Air and Ryanair on there. That'd be perfect. Merch coming soon. Big announcement. Yeah, should be good. I'm excited to. Sarcastic service with a smile. Dude, that has to be the tagline. Oh, that's perfect. Dude, that oh, that just made my day, yo. I love that. Yeah, I'm leaving that right next to your name, so that way we know it's you're getting all the credit for that, sir. That's great. Yeah. Okay. I think we need to get that merch going like ASAP. I think that would be a very popular merch. Especially with the airline, big old airplane with a big old handicap thing on it. And like do like a poster style on the t-shirt too. So it says sarcastic service with a smile. I have like a really awesome smiley face. Or we're not happy till you're not happy. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. Big airplane logo and the tagline, right? I think that'd be perfect. I think everyone would buy that shirt. Like just for like even if it's our group and our own balls. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a really popular shirt. Because I feel like there's got to be somebody that wants to try to do an airline. Maybe people have tried. I do know there's like some small airlines that have tried doing something like that, like a strictly, but it was just hard for them to coordinate having enough people I think to keep the service going. But I definitely like the idea of this civilian C-130s with wheelchair vehicles inside of it, taking you to your destination. I think people would honestly pay a premium for it. They would be willing to pay it. With how much cost there is in damage of wheelchairs, and like people would want to pay for the convenience of not having to worry about their stuff being broken while flying. A C-130 can land wherever. That's true. Want to go to Antarctica? Great. Here, we'll get you there. You might need 4-wheel drive when you unload, but yeah, we'll take you there. That's true. Seaway 30. Totally normal. We make our own runways. That's going on the back of the shirt. I have a front and a back. Oh, that's great. Oh, I can't wait to design an airplane image for this. This is going to be too much fun. I think we need to have, like, at the end of, like, towards of every stream, we should come up with, like, a random merch idea. Because I just think that's just, like, a great thing to come up with. Or just get a C5 and transport a whole bus or two. That's true. Yeah. Ooh, your heat press arrives on Tuesday? Alright, well, maybe we'll just end up making them locally. Dan, we can just make the merch locally and have control. Instead of using those third-party services to end up charging ridiculous fees and stuff. So we can pass on the savings to our subscribers. At least that's my thought. I got one in the works too, man. Everyone's got one. I'll link to your site if you link to mine. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think everyone's got a website going. White Raven, you definitely need a website though for what you got going on, man. You get getting past some of those third-party fees. If you need any help with that department, I'm really good at. I don't know what kind of thing you're working on with it, but I'm really good at WordPress and WooCommerce stuff. If that's what you're using. If you're not, I can't help you. That's pretty much my expertise area is all WordPress stuff. I can help you with like domain and hosting and all that stuff. If anybody ever needs help with that, I'm good at it. That's the exact thing. Yeah, dude, I WooCommerce is amazing. And it's so easy to write custom code for too. It's got a great API. Yeah. Let's see, 8:20 already. Wow, man, this has been a, like I said, another good stream. Hi to all 9 of you. I'm Right Can Do It. I stream every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're new to my channel, just check me out for the first time. Nice to meet you. Hope you can come back to the next one next week. Every week the stream's always about something different. Today was about hotel accessibility booking challenges as a Hoyer user. Had some fun times with Marriott. So if you just joined us at the last end of the video, like what is this guy talking about hotels for? Go to the very beginning. It was probably like within the first, probably fast forward like 2 minutes, and there should be a rant about hotel accessibility booking challenges and Marriott's website being horrible for booking any type of accessible room, whether it's hearing or whether you need a bathtub. Like if you need any type of accessibility, Marriott's website is one of the worst designed websites I've ever seen as far as booking accessible hotel rooms. So feel free to go back and watch the beginning. I'll try to add in some timestamps tomorrow as far as where all of the important bits are from this stream. In case somebody wants to go back and so that way, in case somebody wants to help, you know, copy anything from the beginning of the video and send it off to Marriott, I would appreciate that. I'll be in contact with them anyways, and send them little bits of my video. I think it'd be good for them to know. Wheelchair parachute system, don't even need to land. That would be interesting. I mean, that to be a. The thing is, I don't think our WC-19 compliant wheelchair tie down hooks would hold up to a parachute force. They're meant for like side loads. I don't know if they're meant for being like, you know, when the parachute kicks in, that big jerk. We're gonna have to have parachute compliant wheelchair now. Sounds like Fortnite. Yeah, kind of does, huh? Hilton in Pasadena is very accessible. That is good to know, Jacob. Yeah, the accessibility issue I run into is for me personally was getting like the Hoyer underneath the bed. They had boxes underneath the bed, so I purposely asked for a roll-in accessible room, shower room, with a pull-out sofa. So like, well, I know that they're gonna have a box around the bed. I can't get my Hoyer underneath there, but I know that, you know, a pull-out couch would work. Well, it turns out that room didn't actually have a couch like it said it did. So, or at least one that pulled out. So they lied online, which is what it is. It's just super frustrating. But there's positivity that came out of it, and that is that now we can talk to their corporate and try to see if we can get some sort of change. At least, if anything, get them to change their freaking website. I mean, good lord. That's for all people to need accessibility. It's just horrible. I shouldn't have to click on every single room that they offer to find out little fine print whether or not it's accessible or not. That's just, why can't it be like Hilton? Check the box. I need an accessible room. It's easy. Come on, Marriott, get on it. They even have under bed clearance. Yeah, that's super nice. I love when hotels have the under bed clearance. And I get it. Why they don't normally, why they have the boxes underneath there. They don't want people losing crap, underneath the bed. I get it. But it'd just be nice to get some changes, or at least try to get the conversation going about maybe doing some changes. Like we said, even if they could keep the bed box underneath, but have one side that's removable. Like, just keep it simple. Or I think maybe I'll end up doing is basically come up with a really awesome, really inexpensive bed riser that people can purchase online and take with them when they travel. Like, here's my reasonable accommodation. Remove the bed box from underneath the bed. Put these on all four corners. I'm providing you the equipment. You just need to remove the bed box. I don't think that would be unreasonable. There's no cost to them except for their engineering guys' labor, but that's what they pay them for. So maybe that'd be a new product idea. Somebody could sell four corner postings for hotel rooms and people can carry with them that are super lightweight but strong, that they can carry with them, that would provide enough clearance for a Hoyer, that people can just carry with them. So that way there's no expenditure or cost to hotels. Maybe that's somebody needs to make that for sure. Well, it's gonna have to start wrapping up. It's getting down to that time. It's about 8:30 my time, but it's a really good stream and really productive. And I appreciate everyone being here, and especially any of you that are new. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, I will be seeing most of you tomorrow on Totally Normal. Hey there, Professor. I'll be on Totally Normal stream tomorrow. Let's see. I will probably be on, whatever that time was, at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Dan? Yeah. This stream's at 3. I can't keep track. So, let's see. Before we get off the stream, don't leave yet. Hold on. There's always more. I gotta check something real quick. So, I will be just finishing up a phone call around that time. So, I might be a little bit late joining in Dan's stream tomorrow. I gotta go to the Apple store to get the good old AirPod fixed. So they decided to stop working again. I love it. Like they work for like, I don't know, 6 months, and then one of them, the microphone just stops working, and then I can't like make phone calls, and I have to force it to use the microphone from the other side. But then Siri doesn't hear me half the time if both microphones don't work. So a little bit frustrating. Yeah, I know it's all good if I'm a little bit late. Just letting everyone else know that I'll be rolling in late. So, and welcome in there, Professor. You're catching me right at towards the end of the stream, but feel free to catch maybe like the first 10-15 minutes of the stream. There's a good little I don't want to call it a hotel rant, but just a hotel conversation. So but yeah, I appreciate you coming in and being here. I appreciate all of you. So thank you so much for everyone being here, and yeah, I'm real excited to continue to keep doing this every week, and loving everybody in the community, and you guys are all awesome. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of probably end it off here, and just remember, if Rai can do it, so can you. All right, good night, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jacob, I will get back to you on that. I see that there. All right, have a good night, everyone.